Hello and welcome to Manifest with Shannon. In today's reading, we're going to look at an answer to a question or something you've been thinking about all the time, and it's like ruminating around in your head and something you've had in your heart and you just want answers. So hopefully this reading will help to clear that up for you, help you, give you some direction and guidance for whatever is in your mind, those questions that we have in our mind, and we just keep trying to figure out what to do and we don't know what to do. So that's what this reading is for. My readings are all based on your personal growth and development to manifesting that vision board. All right, so the 4 piles in front of you are the ones you have to choose from. In the first pile, we have the Sun Bear. I don't know if that's going to focus. Okay. The next one we have is the Knight. Okay. The third pile is the Fawn. Sorry if it's not focusing. My camera seems to have stopped doing that. And the fourth one is the Raven. Okay. So take a moment to meditate on the piles and choose the one that draws you in. Now, if more than one pile draws you in, then that might be more messages for you in the other piles. So go ahead and watch the other ones as well. I will give you a moment now. You can pause the video if you need to and take as much time as you like to choose your pile. All right, I will see you at your reading. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. This reading, we're going to look at an answer to a question that has been bothering you, something that's been on your mind, and you're trying to find clarity, to a problem or answers to a question. So with this group, you have chosen the Sun Bear. The Sun Bear is a bear that lives in the Southeast Asia, and it spends most of its time up in trees. It's considered a very spiritual bear. It's a very powerful symbol of spirituality and wisdom and intuition. The bears, they have this golden mark on their chest, which is why they're called the Sun Bear. It looks like the sun sort of on their chest. And they're a powerful symbol of healing. So that's what I'm getting for this group right now. You are healing. You are taking time out for yourself to heal and trying to gain a better perspective. So as this story goes with this bear, the Sun Bear, that spends most of its time up in trees, it gives it a better vantage point. You can see what's going on, but it's also lone up there. So maybe you're feeling lonely at the moment and you're feeling isolated and but maybe you've chosen to be that way. There's a healing going on within you. There's a healing of your past, but I think it's more of a recent past than a long-term past. I feel like your goals have been thwarted because you're striving for a goal and you're struggling. So what we have here is on this side, we have the question that you need answers to. And over here, we have the advice or like the answer. So let's take a look at the question. We have 7 of Wands and 5 of Wands. So both Wands energy is creative, it's passionate, it's spiritual. And I feel like with these 2 cards, it's about struggle. It's like 7 of Wands is, again, that position of, it's like you have a position of advantage. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, it's a person standing with their wands and up on a hill, and there's other wands are down below. So it's like you're fighting off competition, but you have the upper hand. And so here we have 5 of Wands. Again, that's another card about competition. So seems like everything feels like a battle. That's what came to my mind when I was preparing for your reading. Everything feels like a battle, like you're struggling. You're struggling to figure it out. The problem here, I feel, is that it's strategizing. So you're strategizing, but you're looking too much at your competition. You're looking too much at what other people are doing, and you feel too much competition with others. And that is not giving you a clear perspective. So with the sun bear up in the tree looking down, it's better to take more of this observer role where you can just observe what's going on. Because right now you're meant to be in a little bit of an isolated place. You're meant to be sitting up in your tree, looking down at everything, trying to figure out your next moves, but in a way that's more observant and less strategic. Because I feel like you've been strategizing and you've been trying to figure out, like trying to get yourself out of this jail. Like you've been stuck, and like you've been unable to move ahead. Everything you are doing, everything you're trying to achieve is met with struggle. So it might feel like you're not moving ahead at all, that you're having to battle so much and you're tiring out. And that's why the sun bear is here to tell you to just sit up in the tree, take some time out, take a rest, and see the bigger picture and have a better vantage point here. The Seven of Wands also has a great vantage point. It's like you're in a good position. And the question here is like, how do I get out of this battle? How do I break free of this jail? How do I get free? You're really wanting to know how to free yourself from a situation. I have a high suspicion here that this is about work. This is about a goal that you have. Entrepreneur comes to mind. You're trying to build a business. Is what I strongly feel here. Now, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a business, but this is something that's strongly coming through. But the question here, the thing that I feel that this group is struggling with is feeling stuck in a situation because every single time you try to get out or every single time you make something happen, you're met with nothing but struggle, battle, strife, and it's starting to make you tired and wear you down. The sun bear again is here to say, like, you're kind of meant to not be struggling right now. You're meant to just put down, the chess pieces. You don't need to go to battle at the moment. You just need to rest and heal yourself. This is about healing. Now, if you look at this card, he has all of these tattoos on his body. So this is like all of the battles. Love is a big one that's here. You're learning to love yourself. You're learning to find your own voice. You're learning to find your own way. And you're going to have to go through struggles for that. We all do. When we're trying to learn to love ourselves, we're faced with the things that make us feel that lack of self-love. So you might be faced with a lot of things from the past that have been, difficult for you, have been the reasons why you maybe don't feel a much self-love for yourself, or whatever the reason. I feel like you're being met with these challenges. You're being met. This is a chance for you to heal these things. So if you're wondering why you keep having to start over and do things again and figure out new strategies and why you can't just seem to get out and free and take off, it's because you're not supposed to right now. This is all about you letting go of the strategies of your mind, letting go of comparing yourself to other people. It's a really big thing that I feel here. It's like you feel like you have to be stronger than everyone else, but you don't have to be stronger than everyone else. You just have to be stronger than who you were yesterday. It needs to be a battle against your own self-doubt. And the way to get out of that is you can't look at what other people are doing. Everyone has their own path, their own mission. It's like looking at somebody else's race and wondering why you're not going as fast when you haven't started your race yet, or your race is longer, or whatever reason. It doesn't matter. The reasons why other people are succeeding is their own reasons, and it has nothing to do with you. You need to focus on your own journey and your own path, because that will take you to where you're going in a more fluid way. You're here to, you're about finding harmony right now, and this harmony is going to come, and this balance is going to come when you take a step back and you look at the bigger picture and you look at things from that point of self-love and love and passion. You are a passionate person. And that passion can make us feel very frustrated and angry if it's like held back in some way. And I feel this group is having a hard time being able to move ahead. Like, so if you see here, she's got all of her chess pieces and they're all soldiers, battle soldiers, and she's trying to put them in place. So you're strategizing and you're trying to find a way out of your situation and you don't know how to get out. So let's take a look at the answers. You have the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles. Now, with the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles, the Magician is the first step on the Fool's journey. So you're very early on in your journey here, and it might not feel like it, but it is. But Magician is like, in this particular tarot deck is supported. So she's in a magician's hat. She's supported by this giant hand, and she's sitting here with the swan and her magic wand. This is about you kind of healing that inner child and knowing that magic still exists. Magic happens. You can make magic happen. You have that power to do that when you believe in yourself. What you're doing right now is you're building that strength and you're building self-confidence and you're healing yourself. So you just need to give yourself a little bit of patience. The Queen of Pentacles here, the Pentacles energy is very slow moving. It's grounded. It's about earth energy. It's about all of our material things. And the Queen of Pentacles, she's very nurturing and loving, and she's able to kind of juggle her home life and her work life. And, she's able to manage it all. And she does so with grace. And that's because she's confident in herself and because she's experienced. And so you're building this experience. You're building something. And it's going to take time, and it's going to take, because I have a feeling you're trying to build something very big here. You're trying to be very successful, and you will be very successful. The Queen of Pentacles is telling me, because when I look at what's on the back, King of Pentacles is on the back of the deck. Yeah, absolutely, you're going to have success. But right now, what you're doing is healing. You're dropping the comparisons to others. You're letting go of the shackles and the chains from your past, from all of the people that have influenced you, good or bad. It's time now for you to find that within yourself. It's time now for you to find that. So you're healers, okay? You have the ability to heal other people, but first you have to heal yourself. And healing is a process. It's not something that it just happens like, whoop, I'm healed, no. It's a process of cleansing our minds of negativity over time. And that is the process you're in right now. So you need to honor that. And even though it's a struggle, and even though you're going through a lot of hardships, some of those things are because you have been maybe too much focusing on the others in your, I was going to say in your industry. So I feel like this is more of an entrepreneurial business reading, but again, this is a group reading. So however it applies to you, take it as it resonates. However, I'm going to speak to it as somebody who's trying to start a business, and I feel you do have absolutely the potential to have success here, and you will. And the perseverance is needed to build strength. So you're having to face a lot of difficult crap in your life, but it's going to build strength. You're going to be very resilient. And from this resilience, you'll be able to heal others too. And your work will be that. However, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It will have a healing element, and it will draw people to you, and you will make money, and you will have success. Believe in yourself, because I know it's hard. And I really get that from these cards that you're struggling right now, but success is yours. It's just now is the time for you to take a step back and go within. This is a go within time. This is like Sun Bear is almost like the hermit energy, where you're taking some time out for yourself so that you can find that inner healing. And I think a lot of you know that you're consciously aware that you've been doing this for a while, and you're wondering, like, how long am I going to have to do this for? It's not about length of time. It's more about, like, dropping your resistance to this. and not feeling like you have to be so defensive, and feeling more in the flow of things, and acceptance too. So you might be having to accept some difficult truths, but these difficult truths, will help you build that strength and resilience so that these things just don't bother you anymore. They just don't have any kind of power or influence over you. So I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards here. Get a bit more of a message. So we have stand still. Yeah. That's, with the sun bear up in the tree. It's time to stand still. It's time. This is what you're kind of meant to be doing. So if you feel stuck, you're not stuck. You're healing. Think of it that way. Instead of thinking, I'm stuck, I'm not moving forward, nothing is working, just know that it will. But right now isn't the time for strategizing and striving and pushing through. Now is the time for stillness and to observe and see where you want to head next. That's really the message here. Focus. See? These cards are very much saying, see how this leopard is in the winter? High up in the mountains again, a mountain, high vantage point. So this is about you finding that sense of focus. And continue to focus on your goal. Continue to do what you're doing. And know that you're not stuck. You're not trapped in a situation you can't get out of. You're healing. And for some of you, it's going to take longer than others. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with how long it takes. If you're really committed, then things will unfold as they need to. Things will come to you when you're ready. So know that's true. Know that you're not stuck and you're not held back, or you're not in a place where you need to worry that you have to strategize. You're just doing it wrong. I feel like a sense of you feel like you're doing something wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. Right now, you're just being asked to heal yourself and to look at things a little differently and see things from a different perspective. And that will come when you really let go of any old negativities holding you back. Okay. The Moonology cards, and get a couple more and see a little bit more advice. Emotions are running high. Yeah, this is a super moon. We're actually, when I'm doing this reading, we're about to hit an eclipse. I think this is eclipse season we're about to go into. So emotions are running high right now, aren't they? And I get it. You're feeling a lot of stuff. You're struggling. I've really sensed this group is struggling hard, and you're trying to make something work, and it's just not budging, and it's bothering you. You're like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What can I change? How can I change what I'm doing? And you're looking, somebody's other people's Instagram accounts or their TikTok, and what are they doing that I'm not doing? This isn't about them. This is about you. They're doing their own thing. You need to do your own thing. And your own thing is going to come through this process of healing. You're going to discover parts of yourself. I'm going to give you an example. Okay. I've been struggling for years with a business that I've been creating. And so many times I feel like I'm in jail too. I can't seem to move ahead. Everything seems to be working against me. But I slowly see things all of a sudden I'll get some traction. And then it'll start to make sense. And meanwhile, I'm doing all this inner healing. I'm thinking about how I might be holding myself back. And with that, every time I come up with that aha moment, something gives. So there's a slow giving away of the pressure that you're under. Eventually it will leave and you will have success. So this is a long-term goal that you're working here. And you may want it to happen faster, but it's not. It's going to happen in its own time. And the part of that process has to be about you, because you have a big dream and a big goal here. And it depends on, what you're doing in your life and any of the particular blocks that you have inside yourself that need to be addressed for you to be able to move forward, to be the successful business person that you want to be. And you will. You will. But you just have to give it time and persevere. Okay? Let's see the next one. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Yeah, that's, again, you're doing the shadow work. You're right now, you're being asked to not strive, to focus and to go within and to work on your own inner locks and your own, like, shadow work would be a good thing for you right now. But also to just take a step back and see the bigger picture here. And through your own lens, don't copy or compare yourself to others, because their path isn't your path, and you will just get misled. If you like, it's okay to be inspired by what other people are doing, but I'm going to tell you something. When I first started my other business, I was laser focused. I did not look at any competition. I didn't look at anyone else. I just did what I wanted to do. And because I did that, I had really good success at the beginning. Then, once that happened, I started comparing myself to other people. Guess what happened when that happened? I started to lose my focus, and I started to lose my way, and things became a struggle. So once you stop doing that, and you stop seeking the validation of the followers and the likes and the, whatever else, like, and you think more about from your own perspective and not looking at other people, then the answers will come. The answers will come. They are coming. But right now, you're just being asked to heal. You're being asked to take some time out right now. You got to stand still and look around, and be like, meditation would be a very good thing. And I like to say this in all the videos where I talk about meditation. Meditation isn't necessarily just sitting there going, it's going through for a walk just with yourself and observing things around you, not allowing too many thoughts in your head. It's about clearing your head. So you're just clearing right now. You're kind of clearing out your mind and opening up space so that something can come in. If you're sitting there strategizing and thinking and worried and like, oh, this isn't working, and how do I make it work? How do I make it work? If you're stuck there, then there's no room for the answers to come in. So if you're out meditating and going on these nice walks and you're allowing your mind to clear, then that gives it space for the answers to come in. So that's all you're in right now, is a place for, you're giving yourself space and time for the answers to come in, and they will come. They will come. And this is an encouraging message to know that you are in a healing process. You have the ability to manifest any life that you want. You are totally the master here. You can absolutely do this. So please don't feel like you're stuck or things aren't working or that you're being held back or pinned down or everything is just this battle. It might be true. But the reason why is so that you can heal, create space inside of yourself so that you're strong and you can face anything. Because when you have a successful business, you're going to have to face a lot of big challenges. And this is going to be practice. Now you've built this resilience. Now you've built this strength, and you can handle anything. So this is a long-term goal you're working at. It can't be rushed. Okay. That's the message here. It can't be rushed. Heal, focus, try to let go of those fears, do that shadow work, and keep going, because you will be successful. All right, I hope that helped you. Thank you so much for joining me. Do subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you back. Like, comment, and share. This helps me as a creator, and I'd love to know, if this helped you. If you got the answer that you were looking for, I'd love to know. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye now. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. In this reading, we're going to take a look at an answer to a question that has been, plaguing you, bothering you, something you've been ruminating about, something you just feel like you can't seem to find the answer to. So hopefully this reading will help bring you some clarity. So you chose the Knight. This card is about facing the dark without fear. This card is about our dreams, our nightmares, our hopes, our fears. It's telling me that you're seeking a new path. You're seeking a new way. You're wondering what you should do next. And a lot of you, I feel, are coming out of a dark night of the soul. So you've been through that. I feel like some of you have had a big career change, or you lost your career, or some... I just feel the past few years have been very challenging for you, and that you've been through a dark night, but now you're coming out of this. And now you're wondering what to do. You're wondering which direction to take. You're wondering what your purpose is. You're wondering if, should I do this thing? Should I do that thing? Now, if we come over here to, these cards represent your question. These will be the answer or your advice. So for you, you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Now I see here that actually this is a woman and that's a child in the tree. What I'm getting here is that there's a work, a creative work that you want to do, or you're wanting to figure out what you're supposed to do. So for some of you, it's you want to do something different. You just don't know what it is. And for others, it's you know what you kind of want to do, but you just don't know how to go about it. You don't know if you should. The Eight of Pentacles is about mastering yourself. It's about doing the work and getting better at it. And with the Hierophant, this is about traditions and higher learning. So some of you are in school, or you want to choose a school and you're not really sure what school to choose. You really are being asked here, though, to go within and go to that place when you were young. And there's something you wanted to do when you were young. There's something that was in your heart, something you were good at when you were young. Some of you were artists or of some kind, any kind. Artistry. There's an artist vibe here. Creative group. And it could be working with your hands. So it could be pottery, woodwork, anything like that. Or it could be traditional painter, artist, that kind of thing. Whatever the case, I feel it is creative. And I feel that it's something that you were good at when you were young, or it's something you really wanted to do when you were young. And now you're wondering if you can or should do that again. And this, with the Hierophant here, it's an owl in a tree and a little girl, and the owl is reading to her. It's like there is a higher learning that needs to happen here from somebody. So some of you need to find a mentor, somebody who you can apprentice with somebody else who will, I get that real strong apprentice vibe. So there's somebody in your life, perhaps, who is doing something similar to what you want to do that you need to apprentice with. Because I feel like you're very uncertain and you may be feeling a little bit worried that, it won't happen, or it's not really meant for you. But if you apprentice with somebody, let's just take the example of pottery, right? Maybe you just find a local potter and ask if you can kind of just sit with them in a day, help them out. Maybe you just do things for them, prepare their tools or run errands or whatever it is. And in exchange, they give you some pointers and they show you. And then you can figure out if that's what you want to do. So there's a sense here that you need to find somebody to guide you. There's a real mentorship that needs to happen. Some of you may be actually being offered a mentorship. And I get the sense that you really do need to take up, whoever it is, up on it. If you do get the chance to do that, to do it. Because otherwise you're not going to know what to do. Or you might not feel the confidence enough to go for it. So this is a real sense of guidance here to spread your wings and fly. But first, this transformation process has to happen. First, you have to get good at it. So, we don't just, become a potterer, and start selling our lovely pottery until we've gotten good at it. You have to practice. Now, some of you might already be good at it. You just don't know how to turn it into a business. You don't understand that side of it. Again, you have to go take a class. There needs some higher learning needs to come in here. So if you're wondering how to start a business and you're just not sure how, this is saying go and take a course of some kind, whatever it is that you want to do in the field. So take a business class, learn how business works if you have no clue. There's lots online too. If you don't have anything around you, or if it's just too out of your price range, there's tons. There's Udemy, and there's a lot of Skillshares. There's a lot of online courses that you can take. They're $11, $15, and you can at least get some of the basics. So you can kind of get a good idea of what you want to do. Maybe you want to have a YouTube channel. You don't know how to film, you don't know how to edit, you don't know how to do any of this stuff. Well, there's tons of online resources for you. So you're not trapped by that. So, this is like up-leveling your skills. What you really need to do right now is up-level your skills by taking a course. That's what's going to help you right now. Figure out what it is that you want to do. And if you're feeling really lost, it's like, well, I don't even know what it is that I want to do. Like, I don't know. Then maybe try different things. But this is sort of saying here, well, you need to pick one thing and you need to get good at it. One thing and master it. And mastery takes like working like, I think it was 8 hours a day for 10 years. So give yourself time. If this is something you've always been doing, like maybe it's cooking, maybe you want to be a chef or have your own little cooking channel or whatever it is. Or maybe you want to be a painter selling your paintings, or maybe you knit and you want to sell like baby blankets or something. So if you've already good at it, then it's a matter of learning how to do the business side of things. It's about learning how to film. It's about learning how to edit things. It's about learning how social media works or websites or whatever it is you need to learn. All the technical stuff you can learn. And if it's not that, if you don't even know, there's something in your childhood that you did that you really enjoyed, that brought you joy. Something that you just kind of knew, oh, I really like this. Like maybe you like to draw cartoons when you were young. Okay, well, maybe there's something in that. And to explore that a little bit more and to try working on it and get good and maybe go apprentice with somebody else who's doing what you love doing. An apprenticeship doesn't have to be you in a studio with somebody. An apprenticeship or a mentor can be just, finding somebody with a social media channel who teaches what they do so you can learn from them. There's all different resources now. We're in this world of the internet and social media, and there's a million different, there's so many, like if you go to TikTok, there's so many different like genres on there that you can follow. Like there's some really good accounts if you want to do writing, and they teach you how to write a book, how a novel, and all the tricks and things that you have to go to university to learn, but maybe you can't afford university or you don't qualify for it, but you can still find that information. So this is about you finding somebody else who's really good at the thing that you want to do and learning from them. So that will help get you out of whatever place you're in where you're stuck and you're not sure how to move forward. You're not sure what to do. You just need that extra boost of help from somebody who knows what to do. So find somebody who knows a lot about the thing that it is that you're trying to do, and to keep practicing and keep working on it. Okay, so let's get to the answers, because that was a lot. 3 of Wands and the Star. So 3 of Wands is she's up there with her high perspective, her ship in her hand, and she's looking about the sea. So the 3 of Wands is about waiting for your ship to come in, but it's also travel. So it might also be too that you traveling somewhere else might be a good spark of inspiration for you. Because if you're feeling really stuck and you're like, I don't really know, I know I want to start something new. Maybe you're dissatisfied in your career at the moment, or maybe you're in your 20s and you've been floundering and you're not really sure the direction you're supposed to take in your life. Or maybe, you're in your 40s and you've had kids and now you're ready to go back into the workforce and you're like, oh my God, well, I don't have any skills. Okay, this is saying like, take the skills that you've had from your past, the skills that you've built along the way. And if you're really green and new and young and you don't have those skills yet, or you've just been, as a mom, like maybe you didn't have many skills before that. Maybe you started having kids really young, so you never really went into the workforce. Whatever the reason, this is saying like, get those wheels going by maybe travel somewhere to a different country, a different place you've never been, that will help to kind of open up your mind to different ways of doing things. It'll spark something for you. And this is also about gaining a higher perspective and really looking at the bigger picture of your life. What is it that you really want? We have the Star. Like, what is it that you really want? What would make you really happy? Is it going somewhere else? Do you want to live in a different place? Do you want to travel? Do you want to, I do get that travel log kind of thing here. Like some of you maybe want to do a travel blog or something like that. It's like you have to travel first, So this is about you following your dreams based on a skill that you have or a skill that you can develop. So you're in a developmental stage right now where you're learning how to figure out where to go next. And that is going to take you learning from somebody else who has those skills. And you may have to travel to go there. So like if you're a chef, hey, maybe you go to some other country, maybe France, and apprentice with somebody. Or it's simply a matter of allowing yourself to be open to anything. Like really open to anything. Because we have the night in the middle. And this is about your dreams and your nightmares. What are the things that really scare you? What are the things you really bring you like excitement to? And these are like these big kind of themes in your life. Like, don't let your fears hold you back. Dare to dream big is what I get here. 3 of Wands and the Star. Dare to dream big because you can. You can have whatever it is that you want. It's just going to take work. Like you're going to have to work at it and get good at it. And you're just going to need some skills. You're going to upgrade your skills. Like I said, you might already have like the skills. You might already be a really talented artist and stuff, but you need that extra boost of knowing how to make a business out of it. Well, dare to dream big. Don't hold yourself back. You're not small. You can be big. Okay? That's the real strong message that's coming through. So let's grab a few more oracle cards and see extra additional messages here. I love your reading. I really do. It's very positive. I think you're in a very positive, good place right now. You've come out of a difficult place, so you might still feel fear. Those scary things, those scary nightmares might be, plaguing you a little bit now, but that's all leaving, okay? Now it's time for you to dream big. Now it's time for you to go after what it is that you've always wanted. And to be brave and just take a chance and like learn something new or expand on your skills. Take them farther. Okay. We have stand still. That came out in the first one. Okay. Let's see what the next card says. Security. All right. I feel the stand still message is different for you. So I'm going to read the book. In the first pile, it was about literally kind of standing still. But this one, it's okay. If it feels that some areas of your life have slowed down or even come to a standstill, you are right. Something is not progressing, even if it seems that things are flowing. Look beneath the surface. Perhaps something is immovable. The first step is to become unstuck. It is to acknowledge where you are. The soul loves the truth. In life, you can either say, there are no weeds, there are no weeds. Or you can notice the weeds and begin pulling them out. Notice what isn't working in your life and then take slow, steady steps to block the barriers in nature. And when one is being sucked into mud, the worst thing to do is struggle. The best thing to do is slowly and carefully, one step at a time, extricate yourself. So yeah, that's okay. So that's what I felt like. You've been in a dark night for a while and you're not sure where to head. You feel like you've been standing still for a long time and you really want to move forward. And what this card is saying is to have radical acceptance about where you're at right now. But it's also about taking action towards the thing that it is that you really want to do. So here we have the Hierophant and and the Eight of Pentacles is about your work. It's about the thing that it's about learning something new and daring to dream big. Because I do get that sense that you feel after a dark night, we can really feel like thrown about and we can feel like our hopes have been dashed, but they haven't actually. It's cleared space for you. So now that you can really dream big and you can do, like, you probably have lost a lot of friends. You've probably lost quite a few things in your life, but that was all cleared out now. Now you can move forward. Now it's your security here is that you're safe. You're safe now. And I know that might not feel like that yet, because especially I've been through a dark night. I know, been through a few of them. And it's a really unsettling feeling. But right now it's saying the security is there. You can feel safe and secure. I'm going to look up the security one too, because I kind of feel like there's a message that wants to come out. You are safe and protected. Yes. Okay. No matter what is occurring in your life, you are in safe hands. Those in the realm of spirit are watching over you. You can relax and let go. Once you've taken measures to protect yourself and those you love, such as making sure everyone has their seatbelt on in the car, making sure insurance is paid on time, or replacing the filter on your heating unit, then let go. If you have been hyper vigilant lately, take a break, relax, know that all is well. You can turn it all over to the creative. That's exactly what I was thinking here. It's like, or feeling, sorry, is that you are safe. And like that feeling of coming out of a dark night when you've probably been through some very big challenges, painful things. Now you're feeling like a bit like vulnerable. It's okay to feel vulnerable, but you're not unsafe. Things are safe now. Things are cleared now for you. That's what I feel. You can dream big. It is safe for you to dream big. Okay? Next we have, you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. You've been through it. I can tell. You're worried. And this is saying that it keeps the security, this message keeps coming through of like, you're safe. You're safe now. You can pursue your goals. You can pursue your dreams. Dream big. Dream big. It's okay. I think some of you are going to feel really emotional by that message because I feel like that's been something that's been plaguing you. Okay, next. You're very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. Yeah, you just need to like figure out, sort out some details. You need to find somebody who can help you out. You know, a mentor, a class, something that will give you confidence too. And also make you feel like you're working towards your goal, which will help bring out new things that you didn't even think of before. You're on a journey. You're on a journey now. You're on a new journey. You're finding your footing again. And now you're going to feel a lot better and things are going to ease for you, okay? You are safe, very much safe. You're very much protected. There's a real strong spiritual team around you. You're very, very protected. You don't have to worry anymore. Right now, it's just about dreaming the big dreams and going for them and knowing you can. You can. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Do subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you back. Like, share, comment on the video. That really does help to support me as a creator. And I'd love to know what your thoughts, and let me know if this resonated with you in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye now. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. So in this reading, we're going to look at a question or an answer to a question that's been on your mind. You know, something that you've been ruminating and you want to know what the heck to do. You're trying to figure it out. And hopefully this reading will provide some clarity for you. So the card you chose is the Fawn. So the Fawn is a symbol of change. A new, fresh start. It's about a big change. It's about a new beginning. So you're in a very early stages of something that you've started. So the Fawn in many cultures is about financial success, or looking at your finances and making sure that you have yourself set up in a good way. So what we have here, we have the question here and some advice, the answer. So let's look at your question. So, because it really ties in with the Fawn. So what we have here is that this particular group is driven towards a particular goal. Like, when is my time coming? That's what I keep hearing. When is it going to be my turn? That's the question that's been in your head. When is it my turn? When is this going to happen for me? We have the Chariot and we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is all about things that are out of our control. Events and things that we cannot, manipulate or control no matter how hard we try. There are certain things, especially if you go with the world, Like none of us could have predicted that pandemic would just come out of nowhere. And the pandemic, a lot of people ended up losing all of their career. The Wheel of Fortune is also things like, AI coming out. AI is going to take away several jobs. Things in life happen that are out of our control. And it's what we do with it that matters. It's how we pivot. It's how we move forward. It's how we accept that these things happen. The Wheel of Fortune, the wheel is up, the wheel is down for all of us. We don't always have good luck. Sometimes we have bad luck. Sometimes things are not in our favor. So right now you're just wondering, like, when is it my turn? And we have the Chariot. The Chariot's a very driven card. Like you're driven towards a goal. And because the Chariot is earlier on in the Fool's journey, so that's like the fun. So you're very young. Either you are very young or your path that you're on is new or young. It's starting. It's just starting. Even if it seems like it's been a while. So the Chariot in this particular card, she's riding a snail. So I really feel like you feel like it's taking so long. And you're wondering when your luck is going to finally turn in your favor. When are things going to work for you? It's a real sense of wanting things to hurry up, wanting things to change, because you really want this to happen. And so, but there's a maturity. The fawn is still a baby deer. Like it has to grow up. And so your goals will take time to mature. What you're working on will take time to mature. You have to allow that time. For some of you, it'll be faster than others. And so it's a matter of accepting that you can't control certain things. And that it's not always going to happen as quickly as you want it to happen. But that's how I feel here with this group, that you really want something to happen a lot faster than it is. I feel you. So let's over to the answers. We have Judgment and Four of Wands. So the Judgment card is the final card before the end of the Fool's journey. We get the success of the world. So you're not that far off. You're a lot closer than you think you are. But with the Judgment card here, it's basically saying, like, look, you have the potential for real success here. And right now, what you're being asked is to review where you've been and to take a look at your successes along the way and your failures, both, and to look at how you've come to be where you're at, the decisions that you made that led to where you are. What are the things that worked? What are the things that didn't work? It's like a life review. The Judgment is about a life review. So just understand, like, if things are difficult, like if the Wheel of Fortune, you just feel like it's nothing but bad luck and it's slowing you down, just know that it's because you're kind of meant to be in a review phase right now, to look at where you can improve and to really celebrate. We have Four of Wands here. Like, celebrate the successes you have along the way. Don't dismiss them, even if it's small. Like, you made your first sale. That's huge. Celebrate it, Or you made more money than you did last month. Celebrate that. Oh my God. Every success is huge. It may not be where you want to be. Every success matters. So this is saying, like, celebrate it all. Don't leave anything out. Enjoy this journey, because you will have success. But you just need to realize that it's not going to happen as quickly as you want it to. It's going to happen when it's meant to. And don't let that, steal your joy here. Know that there's a sense of, balance that needs to come into play. And that will come when you are taking the time to learn from your mistakes, to celebrate your successes, and really appreciate the journey that you're on, and believe in yourself and know that, yeah, it's slow. It's not happening as fast as you want, but you're getting there. You're getting there. And I think that when we're caught up in the, it's not working, it's taking so long, it's like everything just seems to be bad luck. Take a look at your success. Let's take a look at, I'll give you myself for an example here, okay? Last year I lost 30 pounds, and I had a bit of bad news about, my health. Not terrible, I'm fine. But enough that it was like, I thought that the weight loss would help that, and it didn't. And it discouraged me, and it set me back. I haven't lost another pound since. And I still have another 30 pounds that I want to lose. So, but instead of sitting here going, oh, when can I finally just lose the weight and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I've been working and it's just not working out. It's like, instead, what I need to do is look back and say, you know what? I did it. I lost 30 pounds. Oh my God, that is such a great thing. Like, I worked hard and it worked, and I did it. I did it. And that's what you're being asked to do, is don't look at the fact that you're not where you're at, want to be. Instead, look how far you've come. Even if it's not even that far in your mind, even if you've only really just started, okay? Maybe today you gained a whole bunch of new followers. Oh, yay. Celebrate it. Pop a cork. Like, celebrate every little success, because it matters. If you get too caught up in your ego, needing to have more, I just need more than this, then you're not going to learn from the lessons along the way. You're not going to like or enjoy the process. And you really need to enjoy this process, because you do have the potential to be very successful here. It's just a matter of accepting where you're at in your journey, and knowing that it's not going to happen overnight. That you're going to be a success journey that is a little slower than what you would like. But you will have a lot of success along the way, smaller ones that you really are being encouraged to celebrate. So I'm going to take another couple of oracle cards here for you, a little bit extra message. Okay, so we have delight. Exactly. That's what your spirit guides really want you to just enjoy this process. Enjoy your little successes. Some of you have actually had pretty big successes. Maybe you were mentioned in a news article. Maybe you were shared on someone's big account, or maybe you made a big sale. Like, and you're not appreciating it enough, because you're so focused on the fact that you're not at where you want to be yet, that you're taking it for granted. So don't take on those little successes for granted, because you worked hard and you deserve to celebrate those little successes. Like, take delight in what you're doing. Enjoy the process. Change. And this card, I see the balloon, and it's almost like what's that called? A carousel ride? Yeah. Again, it's more about enjoying the process and knowing that your life is changing. Things are going to change big time for you. And when you take the time to really appreciate the process, the change will not be too jarring. You will welcome it and you will enjoy it. Because if you rush into success, quick success causes more failure than anything. That's something that I learned along the way. I've run businesses with my husband and I for a long time. And one of the things that is very true is you don't want too much success too quickly, because you can't handle it. You need to have the successes come in when you're prepared to handle it, when you're prepared to handle more orders or more services or whatever it is that you're doing. Otherwise, it'll overwhelm you, and you can fail. You can lose your business. It's a weird thing, but it's true. Too much success is not a good thing if you're not ready for it. So this is saying, like, change will come when at its own time. And in the meantime, you really need to enjoy the process, because there's a lot to be thankful for here, and there's a lot of things to celebrate. And I do feel like money's coming in. There's going to be a real change in your finances. And the change in your finances, though, might be trickling. So maybe you're making $1,000 more a month than you were before. But, okay, let me give you an example. Let's say you're aiming for 10K months. You want to earn $10,000 a month. Like, that's your big goal. And right now you're only making $2,000 a month. But last month you were making $1,500. And the month before that, you were making $1,000. So it's like you're gaining. But then maybe the next month you make back down to $1,000. And you think, oh, no, I'm lost. But no, you were gaining. You have bad months and good months. But you look at the overall trajectory and progress of what you're doing, and you can see that you are actually gaining. even though you think you might be losing. So that's important. It's important to really look at your things, what you're doing, and your successes logically and not emotionally, and not thinking about, too much about where you need to. I'm not at 10K months. I'm not successful. It's like, well, but are you making more money than you were before? Yeah. Okay, great. Go and celebrate that, and know that just keep going. Just keep going. It might take a while, but you'll get there. Okay. Let's get the Moonology cards, a little bit extra information. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Yeah, it's what I feel like. You're like, when is my turn? When is it my turn? It's going to be your turn when it's ready, when you're ready to have it be your turn. The answers you need are coming. So you might be waiting. Some of you might be waiting on an answer back from somebody, like maybe a job or a deal or a collaboration or something. And you're like waiting. And you'll get the answer soon. Okay. That's what I'm saying. It's coming. We have work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. This has been a kind of a common theme. But yeah, so that's card is telling me that you kind of might be fearing change here too, and change is what's going to happen. And the Fawn card is all about change. And it might be that you do have to change something in what you're doing in order to make it a little bit more successful here. But don't be afraid of that, because it's like, you might be forced to change. But don't worry and don't be afraid of that, because it's a good thing. It's all leading to where you need to go. And good things are coming to you. And don't worry so much about what you need to be doing. Don't worry so much about the process of it. Just take the time to appreciate where you've been and how far you've come, and enjoy what's happening. Like, celebrate everything, all of it, because you're going to be successful. You will. It's coming. Maybe not as fast as you want, but it definitely is coming. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Do subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you back. Subscribe, or like and share and comment on this video, because it does help me as a creator. And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know how this reading went for you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye now. Hello, group 4, and welcome to your reading. So this reading, we're going to look at a question that you really need an answer to, something that has been on your mind, ruminating, and you just want some clarity. So hopefully this reading will bring you that clarity. All right, so you chose the Raven. So the Raven, when you look at it in more indigenous cultures, it's about bringing messages from the underworld. And if you look at the Raven or the crow, but this one's a raven. The raven is a very intelligent bird that, I don't know if you have a lot of them live where you live, but they live where I live. And we have a lot of crows here. And, there's one particular park where I swear all of the smartest crows live there. And I used to go with my kids when they were little in their strollers, even though I put their snacks and their food inside this bag, zipped up. The crows knew how to unzip the bag to get inside, and they would do that. And so crows figure stuff out. They're smart. They're really, really smart birds. I saw this one video of a crow that couldn't reach the water in a bottle. So what it did was it put rocks in the water so that the water would raise up and it could drink from it. I mean, that's really intelligent. So you're smarter than you think you are, is the message here. You're a lot smarter than you think you are. You have the answers and you don't know it. So you're trying to find an answer to something that you already know the answer to, is one big message is coming through here. But another message is, and this is only for some of you, you had somebody that you loved or you cared for that died. And you've been trying to contact them. You're wondering if they are there, or if they are talking to you, or they're contacting you, if you have the ability to do that. And it's a resounding yes. You may not get the messages in the way you expect, but this is a card letting you know that you have a gift to be able to speak to passed on loved ones, to your ancestors. You do. And it's honoring those ancestors. And it's also trusting yourself to know that you can do it, that you know how. You gotta be like the clever raven and figure it out, because this is about you tapping into your own potential, into your own intelligence. It's about you realizing you're a lot smarter than you think you are. So with these cards, we have your question and an answer, or the guidance. So we have Temperance and High Priestess. And so this is a red umbrella kind of over top of her to protect her. And then these red curtains with the priestess there. It's like you are protected by your ancestors, and you are protected by this person. For some of you that have had someone die, you are protected by them. They are with you. They are. You can communicate with them. You have the ability. You are psychic. If you are wondering if you're a psychic and you can do things, yep, yes. If you've been wondering if that what you've been experiencing lately is actually maybe the contact from this person, or that you have been tapping into some higher psychic power, yes, you have. Absolutely. And you're kind of wondering how to control it, I think, and or how to make it happen. And again, the Raven is here to say, very strong message here, that you are highly psychic. And it's a matter of figuring out how to do it for you. There is no right answer here. It's not like I can say, okay, well, you just need to light this candle and chant this 3 times and this will happen. It's not like that. Every single one of us has the ability to tap into something greater than ourselves, have the ability to tap into, or talk to passed on loved ones. It's just that it's going to be a different method for everyone. There is no one tried and true way. I mean, some people might claim that there is, but it's not. It's because we're all different and unique, and all of our brains are wired completely uniquely and differently. And so what's going to work for you is not going to work for somebody else, and what works for them is not going to work for you. You have to figure out your own method, is really what I'm getting here. And it's going to come through a sense of a balance of your heart, mind, spirit, and soul, like everything in balance. And I think you're starting to feel that. I think you're really feeling balanced, and you're wondering how to make it happen. You're kind of, I get this, the question mark, like how do I tap, how do I do this? You know how is the answer. It's just that you kind of have to tap into your method of how. No one's going to give you that answer but you. And your ability to tap into your spirit guides and to listen to them. And also, ravens might be an animal messenger for you. When you see one that's acting differently, that's, catches your attention, that's a message to you, and to pay attention to those things. All right, so let's look at the answers here. We have the Hanged Man, and we have the Four of Swords. So you might feel like you have been kind of stuck. Maybe you feel tired, but this is saying the Hangman here for your reading is that you just need to see things from a little bit of a different perspective. You're looking at things through a traditional or lens of someone else. Again, this is about you figuring out your own path in your own way, and seeing that you already have the answers. You already know them. It's just changing your perspective. It's like looking at those. Do you remember those? They were really big in the 90s, I think. They were those weird kind of posters that were all not pixelated, but I can't remember the name of them. But if you crossed your eyes just a certain way, all of a sudden the picture would come clear and you would see it. When before it was just a whole bunch of noise, suddenly it became an image. It's like you kind of have to find out, you have to figure out how to see the image, and it's going to take some practice. And a lot of that is going to come from nighttime, the dreams, dream world. We have Four of Swords here, letting me know that sleep, dreaming, is where you're really going to have messages. Like, I had a grandmother who passed away last year, and she had dreams that came true. And she came to me in a dream before she died, several months before she died. She came to me in a dream to give me a hug, and I knew in my dream that she was saying goodbye to me. And so they will communicate with you in your dreams. And And look for that in your dreams and pay attention. And right now it's saying like you just need a perspective shift. You need to see things from a different way. And that will come when you will give yourself some time and space to really, look at it that way and give yourself a lot of rest. Now is the time to rest. It's a time not to push and strive. It's a time for rest and finding like a real sense of balance and harmony in your life. Because that's when the answers are really going to come, is when you are able to think clearly. And so I feel like now is a good time for that. And it's really going to come through sleep. It's going to come through in ways that you don't expect. So it takes a perspective shift here. And here she has the white feathers falling from the sky, and there's a sky. If you have feathers, like I've had this happen to me too, a white feather or something falls from the sky in front of you, huge message. So think of whatever thought you had in your mind when you saw that feather coming down is going to be important. So pay attention to that and see and write it down. Say, okay, I saw this feather fall out of the sky when I was thinking about this thing. And see if there's any kind of a pattern or anything like that. You really want to be observant right now. Because, like I said, how you communicate with your ancestors and get your higher perspective and strengthen your psychic abilities will be through sleep. Will be in your dream state and meditation and things like that. It's when you're in a more of a REM state of sleep. And we have, oh my God. Look at that, a white feather falling from the sky, and its simplicity. Like if that isn't a huge confirmation that feathers falling from the sky is a big message for you, and you really need to pay attention if you see those, because that's a communication from your ancestors, from the person that passed away, from your spirit guides, whoever it is you're trying to contact and make contact with. And I feel like this group is this pile, the group that is really, you're trying to be more psychic. You're trying to live a more spiritual, connected to your spirit guides, to your ancestors. You're really trying to live that kind of a life. You want that to happen. And that is happening. You do have the ability. So if you wondered, yes, this is 100% confirmation. And also it's simplicity. And again, about temperance. It's all about when you make things in your life really clean and clear and balanced. So if you want to be a clear conduit and connected to spirit and to your ancestors, you're really going to have to live a clean lifestyle, is what I get here. Removing a lot of whatever toxic substances you might be intaking. It's going to be different for everybody, so I'm not going to make any suggestions, but do drink a lot of water. That's important. Simplifying things. You don't have to overcomplicate things. Keep everything in your life very simple right now. Taking lots of walks out in nature, taking lots of baths, getting good sleep, like keeping things in moderation, okay? Nothing wrong with if you want to have a glass of wine or if you want to eat like cake or something, but it's about doing it in moderation. Like just do things very simply. And this is about simplifying your life. When you really clear your life out and simplify it, you're going to find that you're going to start seeing feathers falling from the sky if you're not already, and you're going to start seeing a lot more signs. So be ready for that. Next, gateway. And there's a unicorn. It's like you don't believe you can, or you want to and you haven't seen it, or something is bothering you about it. But this is like, you have this ability to do things that you just didn't even know you could. There's like, you're ready to cross a threshold into the unseen. Something you haven't seen or experienced before. You're ready to do it, and you will. Magic is coming into your life. Magic, big time. Magic is coming in. Just taking a little bit of a perspective shift and simplifying things and getting enough rest, big time. Rest is important because that's when you're going to dream. And so feathers falling in your dreams, that is a big symbol that you need to pay attention to as well. Okay. And we have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. I'm literally have faith in your dreams, like the dreams that come at night. Like if you're having, I think you're like, I feel like this group is a lot like my grandmother, my mother too, where you guys have dreams that come true. Like you get messages in your dreams. I mean, not necessarily dreams that come true, like prophetic dreams, but I kind of think you do, or you will. But mostly your dreams have messages for you. They're very important. So don't ignore your dreams. Have faith in what you're feeling in your dreams, what you know. There's a real, and look at the crescent moons, okay? Crescent moon, crescent moon, crescent moon. So that's telling me like eclipses or crescent moons are really powerful times for you when your dreams might actually be more clear. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So yeah, I think that things in your life have probably been dramatic for a while, but now you're finding a sense of simplicity. And you're going to start to see things becoming more clear. You're going to start to have more coincidences, synchronicities happening in your life. You're going to have more balance in your emotions. And that's really when the stuff is going to come through. When you find that it's balance in your emotions, and that's going to happen from, like I said, really removing toxic substances from your life, sitting in a meditation, drinking a lot of water, getting a lot of sleep. However that means for you. Some of you want to go vegan. That if you feel like you should go vegan, do it. If you feel like you need to cut out sugar, do it. If you feel like you need to cut out all substances, do it. Whatever it is that you feel drawn to do. Because I think food is a real important thing for you. How you eat and what you eat is really important. And drink too. Anything you consume is going to be very important for your emotions right now. And for you to feel steady and even, because you're real steady and even feeling that needs to come in. There's a real simplicity. And I feel with also fiery climax, it's like that when you finally accept that this stuff is happening in your life and that it's real, then everything is going to change. It's so dramatically that it's going to kind of be like, wow, like pigs do fly, you know? Your mind is going to be blown, is what I feel. So yay for you. I feel this is a really positive reading. This is a completely different reading than the other ones. You're on a different kind of a path, a real spiritual awakening, a real like big shift in your gifts. You're really going to be leveling up here. And that's going to come through messages from spirit. And it's going to be feathers, white feathers falling from the sky, birds, ravens, crows, anything like that. And pay attention to those dreams. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Do subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you back. Like, comment, and share. This helps support me as a creator. And I would also like to know what you think. Like, did this reading resonate with you? I'd love to know. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye now.